Yo, what is going on, everybody? It has been the longest since I've been on this channel. I think it's actually been 12 months since my last video. Yeah, I don't know if most of you guys even know, but I do post on TikTok very often. So my TikTok is right here. So make sure you guys follow if you haven't already. But today is just going to be like a quick little video just to get back onto YouTube and back on, the flow and hopefully keep posting consistently. But today's just going to be a shoulders and arm day and just run through how I've been training recently. Yeah, I'm hitting shoulders and arms once a week and it's made a significant change in my physique. But anyways, when I arrive to the gym, I like to make my pre-workout at the gym now, just so, I can kick back, kind of get the vibe and just, sip on my pre, get in the mode, put my music on. I tend to have better sessions doing that instead of just going straight into the gym and just going ham. I like to go, sit back, make my pre. That's how it's been recently on those chill vibes. This little black container here, it's nothing dodgy. It's just beta alanine. I've been taking Disorder like forever since I started taking pre-workout. It's an alright pre-workout. I haven't really tried too many. I don't crash from it, but I've noticed like I get good energy, but it doesn't really make a difference in pump to if I take pre-workout or not. So I've just bought pure beta alanine and I've been adding it in and it has made a difference. So yeah, there's some pre-workouts that actually lack heavily in beta alanine. Honestly, I don't even know if Disorder does. I don't even look at the ingredients, but I saw it on a video and I'm just adding it in like so and it makes a big difference. Another thing that I like to plan ahead before going to the gym is just knowing the first exercise that you're going to do before you arrive there. Because I think the worst thing that you can possibly do is show up to the gym, standing in the middle of the gym, just looking around like, what do I do? What do I do? I always like to have an idea of the first exercise that I want to do. And if that machine or bench or whatever it is taken, I will always have a backup option just so I know what I'm doing. I go there and I don't have to bother thinking about what I'm going to do now since my first exercise is taken. So, for example, today, shoulders and arms. So, I knew when I start this workout, I'm doing shoulder press. I'm going straight to that bench and I'm doing shoulder press. Okay, so strength right now, it's not too bad, but I'm not really like, that high of a body fat percentage, but I'm definitely higher than what I usually am. But strength is a bit mid right now because my diet is very inconsistent. Like I'll eat good amounts of protein, I'll get all my meals in and then I'll just go through a phase like right now where I'll just eat like 1 or 2 meals a day and I won't even get over 100 grams of protein. So we're going to see right now, how our strength is. Usually I do go for 44 kilos on a shoulder press, usually working towards 5 to 8 reps for only 2 sets. But today I was just feeling like I couldn't do that. So we just throw about the 42s, which isn't too bad anyways. It's only 2 kilos lighter. And you got to make sure you are always doing your hardest exercise or your compound exercise first, because that's obviously when you're going to have your most energy. Like I'm not going to be doing shoulder press midway through my workout because I'm not going to be able to push as much weight compared to the beginning of the workout, for example. Okay, so another thing that I've been doing recently that has drastically changed my physique is doing weighted chin-ups and weighted dips. I've been watching a lot of calisthenics and I've just looked at people's physiques that do it and their physiques are insane. So I've thought, why not just give it a go? I've been doing it for about a month or two now. And yeah, it's really helped strength wise as well, like transferring into other movements like rows, bench press, all that type of stuff. So on a push day, I won't do dips, and on a pull day, I won't do weighted chin ups. I just specifically keep that to my shoulders and arm day, and I'm only doing them once a week. Okay, so the goal for these two exercises is trying to add a 2.5 kilo plate every single week. I know that's a lot, and you're definitely going to plateau no matter what. But I am trying to increase the weight heavily on these two exercises. These are like my main focus for my triceps and my biceps. And remember, it's alright if you can't do these exercises weighted, but what I do recommend is if you can't do pull-ups, don't use the assisted pull-up machine. Go onto the pull-up bar and set it up with a band, as you can see in the back, and tie them around the bar and do them more like that because it's just more natural and it just replicates what a pull-up is actually like. rather than on the assisted machine, it's not how a pull-up is. Like it's just in a straight line. It's almost as it's just really stable and it's not using other muscles that a chin-up would use. Okay, so now that my more strength-based exercises are finished, we move on to the more hypertrophy side of training now. Okay, so now we got front delts out of the way. We are going to move on to biceps. Whatever you feel like is more lacking, biceps or triceps, I recommend you hit first. So I definitely want to bring up my biceps over my triceps. So I'll go straight onto biceps first and make it a priority since I still have a lot more energy compared to like in 30 minutes from now when I move on to triceps. And saying that you have the most energy near the beginning of your workouts, you want to make the most of it and go really, really hard. So if you are going to incorporate drop sets or supersets, this is the best time to do so. So I like to go pretty heavy for this exercise or whatever exercise I started off with, and then drop the weight by half and just rep it out, and go really, really, really hard and push to absolute failure. And as you can see right here, it's only 10 kilos, but honestly, the weight doesn't even matter. Like I can feel my biceps, they're on fire. Um, the thing about bodybuilding is making the weight feel heavy rather than lifting heavy. You know, we're not really trying to lift as heavy as we can, but we also do want to progressively overload and be lifting more each week. But, you know, if you're pushing yourself like this, as you can see, giving yourself forced reps and just training really hard, it doesn't matter what the weight is. So that's just one thing to know. People feel like, oh, you know, you're only doing curls with 10 kilos. How are you going to make gains from that? And that's not a good mindset to have. You'd rather be prioritizing mind muscle connection and time under tension rather than just lifting heavy weight and not even feeling it in your muscles. As soon as I get pumped, I have to go to the toilet every single day I'm at the gym. Alright, so I just finished my shit and I think the pump is gone, the energy is gone, the motivation is gone, everything is just gone now. Anyways, back to the workout. I think a lot of beginners, when they first start training, they don't realize there's this muscle beneath the bicep called the brachialis. So the way to hit that muscle is by doing hammer curls or just any type of hammer curl variation is going to bring up that muscle, and it just makes your biceps look a lot wider and a lot fuller when it gets developed. And it's also going to grow your forearms as well and just make your arms look a lot nicer by throwing in some hammer curls. And again, I only like to really do 2 sets, but if I'm not really feeling it, I will just do 1 set. That's one thing about me when I train, is if I do an exercise and maybe one day it will feel nice and then maybe the next day it's just not hitting the same. So I'll just do 1 set of that and I'll just move on and get on with my workout, because if it's not feeling right, then there's no point in doing it. Okay, we're moving on to tricep pushdowns now. I never liked this exercise. It never felt right, but I've started using this straight bar, and I know the form ain't the best. I think this is a full stack, but I just like to go really, really hard on this. And even if I'm not making gains out of it, I don't know, just something about doing this exercise just makes you feel like a beast, bro. I don't know what it is, but I just like to do them and go really heavy. Just take a little bit of a rest, because when you do a drop set, you don't want to go straight into it again, because that's going to be more, you know, cardio like training. You know, you don't want to burn yourself out in that sense. You want to burn out the muscle more than your fitness levels. You know what I'm trying to say? So take a little bit of break in between of a drop set, and then go straight back into it when you feel ready. And yeah, go really, really hard. Okay, so now that the triceps are worn out from that exercise, we're just going to leave them on hold for a minute and move back to biceps. Straight bar curls is just an essential. It's a basic movement that everyone can do, and it's necessary in my opinion. It's like the biceps feel really good when you train them. You know, you have constant tension. It's just a really good exercise. If you're not doing it already, then I'm telling you, do them right now. Okay, I can't really say this because I don't know the way that you guys train, but I know a lot of people think they train hard and they honestly don't even train that hard. I like to say that I train really hard, but then I look back at videos of me training and I can just see like I definitely had one or two more in me. I could have pushed a lot harder. That's just how I am. Every time I finish a session, I always think that I could have gone harder, and that's just the best mindset to have. You want to leave the gym. even if you've had the best session of your life, and just think that you could have gone harder, even if there was no possible way that you could have done any more, you just still want to think you're going to go harder next session, you're going to go harder. And just having the mindset before every single set that you're going to give it absolutely everything, and just think as if it's your last set. And whatever you have to think about to get you through that set, think about, just put everything into every set. And then that's just the way that you want to train. You don't want to be training with a partner or training with someone else over you, talking to them mid set, or having any distractions around you. You just need to, once you get in that set, once you pick up that weight, you just have to be one with the weight. I know that sounds crazy, but you just need to be that focused when you are training intensely. Okay, now we are moving back to triceps, and a lot of people, or especially beginners, they won't realize that for the triceps and the biceps, it isn't just the tricep and it isn't just the bicep. There is the short head and there is the long head. So you want to make sure that you are hitting both of those heads on the triceps and the biceps. So this exercise right here is one of my favorites for the long head of the tricep, because you can push a lot of weight and you have a lot of force behind this exercise. And I'm definitely not the type of person that overcomplicates training. You know, nowadays you have people that are just fully doing science-based training, and you see people that have absolutely no muscle on them doing like these exercises that are like out of this world, crazy setups. Like when I first started training, if it was chest day, I'd go in the gym, I'd bench. You know, if it was back day, I'd go do some normal lat pull downs. There's no need to overcomplicate it, especially when you first started out. You can make a lot of newbie gains by just pretty much even just doing push-ups. You know, there's no reason to overcomplicate it. The best advice, in my opinion, if you've just started working out, is just have fun with it. Because if you're overcomplicating and overstressing, more than likely you're not going to be enjoying the gym, and you're not going to look forward to training, and you're probably not going to be on this fitness journey for a really long time. All I got to say is just enjoy it, do what you like, progress on your own, learn new things on your own, learn what works best for you, and don't listen to everyone else online that's saying you have to do this exercise to grow a certain way. No, just learn on your own and find what works best for you. And then when you start making some actual progress in the gym and maturing in the gym, and let's just say been training for a solid year, then you can start doing more complicated exercises. But for now, once you've just started, there's no reason, like if you're going to hit biceps, why can't you just do some basic standing dumbbell curls? Like there's no reason to be doing that exercise that I was just doing there. Like just do some standard curls. My arms have definitely got to be the hardest thing to grow. I think if you're over 6 foot, you definitely understand where I'm coming from. I'm 6'3", and yeah, we've definitely made some good progress on my arms. I would say they've probably doubled in size, maybe. Like I'm gonna measure my arms though. I'll measure them and I'll post it on TikTok. So make sure you do follow my TikTok. But yeah, I've made some pretty decent gains. But all my tall people understand the struggle of growing our arms. And then you've got your short kings that are like 5 foot tall and they've been hitting the gym for 3 months and they're looking like Popeye already. It's crazy. But when you are taller and you do start to fill out that frame, like who wouldn't want that, like everyone wants to be tall and jacked. Let's just be real. So now that we're moving on to rear delts, rear delts at the end of the day, it's just rear delts. Like no matter what exercise you're doing, if it's a reverse pec deck, a cable rear delt fly, dumbbell flies, at the end of the day, it's all hitting the rear delts the same. So what I'm gonna say is just pick a movement that feels the most comfortable for you, and just stick with it. And basically just spam it. Just keep doing it. Do multiple sets, and yeah, just pick whatever works best for you, really. Because at the end of the day, they're all pretty much doing the same thing. Okay, so I think my physique is probably most known for its shoulders. Like when people see my physique, the first thing that stands out is definitely my delts. And I would say this is probably my secret to growing big delts, is using this machine right here. And if you don't have the machine, you can just use dumbbells. But doing it single arm has just been like significantly different to using both at the same time. I feel like when I'm doing a single arm, I can hold onto the machine while doing a single arm and just really focus on that delt a lot more rather than doing both. And also, I can definitely lift a lot heavier when I'm doing a single arm. And usually I wouldn't do another rear delt exercise, but because, just me thinking that I haven't done enough work, I just decided to do some reverse pec deck. And there's nothing wrong with doing some extra delt work. Like having some very developed rear delts, like changes your physique. Like you don't understand. Like if you see a physique that doesn't have rear delts, it just makes your like physique look more sagged. Like I don't know how to describe it, but when you have developed rear delts, it kind of helps your posture as well, and just overall adds that roundness and fullness to your delts. Yeah, so I get quite a lot of messages about my hair routine. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I do. Alright, so once you're fresh out the shower, what you wanna do is grab you this. It's called a diffuser. It's not like a normal air dryer. If you have wavy or curly hair, it's gonna help enhance that a lot more than a normal air dryer can do. So what I like to do is use a cotton t-shirt actually, because it's a lot better for your hair than using a normal towel. And then use the air dryer and only dry it about 70%, and then apply your product and then let it naturally air dry by itself. Alright, so once you've air dried your hair, you're gonna apply this Strictly Curls smoothie cream from Mark Anthony. I'm not gonna apply it because it's nighttime right now, but you want to put a good amount in and always start from the back and then work your way to the front. That's what it looks like. And also, you can use this Go Curly from Mark Daniels. You can use this. I don't really use it. I use it sometimes. It's a gel, but it's not hard. It's not sticky. It's like the hold isn't that strong, but I apply it sometimes. It's mid, but that's what I use too. Also, make sure that you're conditioning your hair every day. I condition my hair every morning, and then yeah, I do that whole routine. Okay, so that's wraps for today's video. Leave in the comments what videos you guys want to see, because there's no point in me just posting videos that you guys don't even want to watch. So whatever you guys want to see is what I'll make. What the mindset that I had when I first started doing social media, and before I even started posting, I always thought to myself, I always want to motivate one person. Like if I could motivate one person, and there's one person in this world that looks up to me and wants to be like me, then I've done my job. And yeah, that's my goal for YouTube right now. Like I'm like genuinely like I couldn't be asked if I go viral on YouTube and I get 100K views. Like I'd rather get 10 views and those 10 people genuinely like watching me and support me than having 100K views and people just watching me for like no reason. Maybe they just like my physique or the way that I look or something like that. So leave in the comments what you guys want to see, because I really want to do what you guys want and it connects more with you guys rather than just posting random stuff on TikTok. I want to be building like more of a community now and really try my hardest with social media and just see how far I can go with it. So yeah, make sure you follow all my socials right here. We out.